heard that nice people finish last. Well, little do they know that that isn't the whole truth. You see, there is something special about these kind of people. These are those type of people who you can truly rely on. These are the type of people who will always come through when times get hard. Honestly, their loyalty is unmatched. They got your back 100%. They are the ones who will come through for you in the middle of the night. They are the ones who will give the shirts of their backs without batting an eye. The one who will protect you. These people are the kind-hearted ones. But unfortunately, in this messed up, twisted world, manipulators love to take these kind of people for granted, but not for long. I'm going to change that right here and right now. So, why is that these kind-hearted spirits are so underappreciated? Is it because of how they look? Is it because of how they dress? Is it because of the way they speak? Like, why the hell do we finish last after doing so much for others? What's going on? Why is it so hard to give these people the recognition and love they deserve? This is the biggest question of them all, my friends. Now, this is where it gets extremely interesting. There is something particular about these people that they are not aware of. But hold on, because they haven't discovered this particular thing yet. You want to know what it is? Buckle up, as I'm going to take you for a little ride. The thing is with these people is that they possess a particular light. This light attracts good people with good intentions. But you guessed it, this light also attracts people with bad intentions. There is just something about these people when they feel good in their skin, when they are glowing, handsome, beautiful, and confident. It literally seems to upset people's soul. Dear manipulators, please don't forget they were fine before they allowed you in their life. They were doing just fine. Just fine. You see, either people decide to give these kind spirits that hold this particular light a hard time, or you have people who will go out of their way to steal their light. It's very rough out here in these streets. Please listen carefully. Your light is the guide that will drag you out of these tough times. Affirm this to yourself every day to push you forward. Your light is your power and strength, and they know it. But let's be honest, there is a reason you're here. Most likely you haven't gotten the results that you wanted in life because you were being too damn nice. You see, being nice is often mistaken for weakness. People will smile at you, take what they want, and leave you empty, all because you never set a boundary. But that was the old you. Yeah, they destroyed that part of you. The new you is going to switch this damn game up. But mark my words, people. Kindness without respect is an invitation to be used. And when the mask finally falls, you'll realize how much they took and how little they ever gave. Look, in relationships, we often get played like pawns, promised love, loyalty, and attention, only to be left with empty words and broken trust. You gave your time, your energy, only for someone to take it all and leave without a second thought. But mark this, the moment a kind spirit realizes their worth, the game changes. No one plays these kind spirits unless they allow it. And that's when the tables turn, and we are not talking about Adele. Look, being too nice for too long will come with a price, and you'll learn the hard way. Kindness becomes your cage. But when it breaks, the darkness inside doesn't ask for permission. It rises cold and sharp, a reminder that even the sweetest hearts have a limit. And when that limit is crossed, those who took you for granted will wish they never pushed you to unleash the storm. Then the game isn't funny anymore. People forget that every time they push a kind spirit too far, they're not just testing their patience, they're creating a storm inside of them. Look, they are watching, taking note of every lie, every manipulation, and every subtle game you play. You think you're getting away with it, but they're letting you believe that. When the storm hits, it won't be a warning, it will be the reckoning you never saw coming. Listen, that kind spirit you've been taking advantage of, they are not weak. They've just been quietly collecting their strength, one lie, one manipulation at a time. Every time you think you won, they've been watching, learning, and waiting. You won't see it coming when they finally decide to use all the power you never respected. And by then, it'll be too late to beg for mercy. Wow, when you were down, manipulators had no problem feeding off your pain, turning your vulnerability into their playground. They thrived on your doubts, used your weakness as leverage, and took everything they could. But what they didn't count on was your rise. Now that you found your strength, they'll learn the hard way that the person they preyed on is the last one they should have ever crossed. Listen and wake the hell up. The world is full of broken souls who come to you for their quick fix. This is going to change today. We have had enough. Drop a heart in the comment section below if you agree. Now, let's continue because it's about to get real. Manipulators are silent thieves, leeching off the energy of your kindness, draining the light from your beautiful heart until you're left wondering who you are. They thrive in the warmth of your empathy, feeding off your goodness like it's their right. But the moment you stop giving, they'll realize they've been living off borrowed time, and the emptiness they left behind will be their own to face. People with kind hearts often don't react immediately when manipulators are causing the damage, but not reacting doesn't mean not knowing. There is a difference here. The instinct of someone who has a kind spirit is to believe others operate with the same honesty and goodness as they do, but unfortunately the world doesn't operate this way. They give trust freely, not immediately thinking that some people just don't want to be loved, they want to be fed. And by the time the truth becomes clear, the kindness given has already been taken, leaving behind nothing but the cold sting of betrayal. The irony of betrayal lies in how effortlessly it unfolds. The ones you trusted didn't hesitate for a second. They didn't even blink when they chose to break you. It wasn't a moment of weakness, but a conscious decision was made to hurt someone with a kind spirit without remorse, without a second thought. They didn't see your loyalty as a gift. They saw it as something to exploit, something they could discard so easily. And that is the true sting of betrayal. Look, betrayal says more about the one who betrays than the one betrayed. For them, it wasn't just a choice, it was an ego boost, a way to elevate themselves by stepping on you. In their eyes, deceiving you wasn't a betrayal. It was proof of their power, a way to feel superior, as if hurting you made them untouchable. But in the end, it's their soul that crumbles, not yours. Because true strength is built on integrity, not manipulation. So, affirm this with me, guys. My integrity is my strength. I stand firm in my values, guided by honesty and authenticity in every action I take. I trust my inner compass, knowing that staying true to myself brings peace, power, and purpose. No external force can sway my commitment to what is right, and I walk forward with confidence, knowing my integrity is my greatest protection. Write this down or put this in your phone. This is something to truly live by. People may think they get away with the harm they inflict, breaking a kind spirit, but what they fail to see is that their strength isn't defined by what they take from us. It's defined by how we rebuild ourselves brick by brick. The scars they leave may fade, but the lessons remain, and the universe has a way of holding them accountable. No one truly escapes the damage they cause. They only delay their reckoning. See, everything in life is energy. The energy you give, the energy you take, and the energy you betray. Harm done to others is never truly gone. It ripples through the universe, and the cost will always find its way back to you. You cannot hurt without paying the price, for the energy you put into the world returns to you in ways you cannot control. The law of balance is inevitable. You heard me? What you do to others, you will face in return. Some people truly believe that blessings will flow into their lives while they're busy stealing your energy, as if they can take from you without consequence. They fail to realize that every ounce of what they drain from you is a piece of their own peace and power slipping away. You can't rob someone of their light and expect your own path to remain illuminated. What they take from others, they ultimately took from themselves. I am speaking from experience, guys. Listen, my light gave them confidence when they felt small, style when they lacked their own, charm when their words fell flat, and growth when they were stagnant. But what they never understood is that it was never meant for them to keep. I shared it oh so freely, and now I see. They built themselves on the foundation of my energy, only to forget the source. Listen, guys, your niceness helped them elevate and become someone who they never thought they would be. But here's the kicker. Now that you've pulled your energy back, they'll struggle to fuel themselves with the empty reserves they've been living on. Without the light you gave them, they'll find themselves lost in darkness, searching for a source they can no longer access. The well they thought would never run dry is now dry, and they'll learn the hard way. You can't steal from someone's spirit without eventually starving your own. Checkmate? Boo-hoo. Now here come the waterworks, y'all. Let the acting begin. You begin to see the regret in their eyes, but their ego works overtime to bury it, masking it with arrogance and deflection. Deep down, they know the cost of their actions, but they refuse to admit it, too afraid to face the truth. The regret lingers, silent and heavy, but their pride is the loudest voice they allow to speak. You see, when nobody is looking, manipulators carry a heavy energy above their heads, a weight they can't shake off, no matter how many fake smiles they put on for others. Beneath the mask, they know what they've lost, the warmth and kindness they took for granted. They knew what they were doing, and don't you dare to forget that. They knew exactly what they were up to. But they'll never admit it, because without your light, their world feels cold and empty, and no amount of pretending can fill the void. They'll try to fool their friends, acting like everything is fine, pretending they've moved on and found peace after losing your love. But their eyes don't lie. Behind their mask, there's a quiet ache, a truth they can't hide, because no matter how hard they smile, the emptiness in their gaze speaks louder than any words they could say. Take it from me, you barely recognize the person you used to love so dearly after they show you that empty stare. That's how I realized the power of my energy after I took it back. They were once a warmth I could sink into, a fire that lit my world, so vivid, so full of life. You gave all you had, kindness, love, joy, believed in them like no one else would. But somewhere along the way, the person you knew started slipping away, piece by piece. It wasn't sudden. It was like the slow crumbling of something beautiful, the way a delicate sculpture wears down to dust when it's abandoned to time. At first, it was subtle, an edge to your voice, a shadow in your eyes. Guys, you tried to hold on, tried to remind yourself of who they were. You were trying to remind yourself of the good times and of the laughter and dreams y'all shared. But they grew colder, more distant, like a veil had been drawn between us. And that veil wasn't made of the usual walls, the kind you put up to protect yourself. No, this was something deeper. It was bitterness, a poison that crept in, twisting everything. They stole so much energy from you that now you're a stranger, a version of yourself so far removed from yourself that when you look in that damn mirror, all you see is an empty shell, like a mask someone else is wearing. I know this is tough, guys, and not gonna lie. When you see the person you love, the person you believed in, almost disappearing, leaving behind nothing but echoes and hollow spaces, that's like a scene straight from a horror movie. Seeing this mess in real life really made me wonder, was this always who you were beneath the surface? Was the person I loved just the facade? Or did I unknowingly become the one who nurtured your downfall, giving you too much, expecting too little, allowing myself to forget the very thing that once made you shine, my light? All of this just to become a broken version of myself. They've literally fought so hard to burn all the bridges that once connected us, leaving me with nothing but memories of the person they used to be, fading more and more with every passing day. And then it hit me so hard in my stomach, like a damn punch, a shift. And myself, guys, I know you feel me on this one. Kind spirits won't chase love forever. They learn to let it come to them, earned through their strength, their discernment, and their intuition. They listen to the whispers of their instincts, carefully observing the true intentions behind every word and action. They take notes, but not out of desperation, but out of wisdom, knowing that they deserve more than empty promises and fleeting affection. Their spirit changes after betrayal and pain. This one is for the people who act surprised after they played tricks on us. Let me say that again. Someone's spirit changes after betrayal and pain. Okay? Look, kind spirits don't settle for anything less than what their heart knows they're worthy of. True love. The kind that uplifts and respects, that nurtures and cherishes. And when they see through the games, the half-truths, and the lies, they walk away not with bitterness, but with the quiet knowing that their happiness is too precious to be handed over to someone who doesn't deserve it. They don't just wait for happiness. They demand it. because we know that the right love isn't something to be earned through sacrifice or compromise. It's something that matches their value, their ambition, and our self-respect. It truly bothers me the world has fed us the lie that being kind, compassionate, and loving is a weakness, something to be taken advantage of, something to be worn down, something to be manipulated. We were taught to be patient, to give, to nurture, and to forgive. But in the process, the world forgot one thing. Yes, people tried to play us, but check this. People who have kind spirits won't stay down forever. Let me repeat that again and affirm it in the comments with me. Kind people won't stay down forever. You heard me? We may take a step back to observe, to heal, to breathe, but every move we make is calculated. Every lesson learned is marked, and every betrayal is stored away like a weapon we'll never forget to use when the time is right. We take notes, not in the obvious way, not in the desperate way, but in the way of those who know the true cost of kindness. We take notes on how people use us, how they twist our words, how they play on our emotions, and how they mistake our softness for weakness. They think we don't see it. They think we don't understand. But we're watching, we're learning, and we are waiting. Not because we aren't strong enough to win, but because we refuse to play by the rules of a game that was never designed for us to succeed. We see the players, those who use manipulation as their currency, those who think they can break us with their promises, those who take advantage of our giving hearts and warm souls. They believe that we'll stay in the background, giving them our energy, our time, and our love without ever asking for anything in return. They believe we'll be silent, patient, complacent, and satisfied to sit in the shadows. But kind people truly possess a gift which can even sometimes save their lives. We have discernment. Every word, every action, every tiny crack in their facade is noted, marked, and filed away. We're not blind. We don't forgive out of naivety or foolishness. We forgive because we understand the game being played, and when we're ready, we'll turn that game on its head. Look, we're not as naive as people think. Manipulators know that kindness is not a currency that can be traded for anything less than true love, respect, and happiness. Guys, honestly, the world will try to convince us that kind people should just sit back and wait for their turn. And I am truly sick of hearing that. They think that we should keep quiet while the louder, more aggressive voices get all the credit. But here's the truth. We may have been taught to be humble, to be patient, to be forgiving. But the one thing the world can never take from us is our insane power to break free. And when we break free, when we rise up, we rise not out of anger, but out of clarity. We've seen it all. We know exactly who tried to use us, who tried to control us, who tried to dim our light. And we take all of those lessons, all of those moments where we were underestimated, and we turn them into fuel. We will not allow anyone to reduce us to something we are not. They must have lost their damn mind. We will not let anyone define us by their failures, their insecurities, or their expectations. So when we break free, when we leave behind those who try to trap us in the web of their manipulation and lies, we do it not with vengeance, but with the power of someone who knows their worth. We do it knowing that the only person who will ever hold us back is ourselves. And when we finally break free, we are unstoppable. We've learned the lessons. We've seen the patterns. We've watched the mask slip and the truth shine through. We've walked through the fire and come out stronger. They tried to use us. They tried to break us. But we are the ones who will break free. And listen up. When we finally leave and walk away from the toxic people, we don't come back. We know that we are the ones who know how to give, but we also know when to take back what is rightfully ours. We understand that love is not something to be given to anyone who asks for it. It is something that is earned, something that is nurtured, and something that is protected. The people who were once underestimated for being too nice are the ones who have the most strength because we learn not to get angry in the face of betrayal, but to get wise. We learn not to retaliate in the moment, but to rise above the pettiness and wait for the perfect time to take control of our own narrative. We will no longer be defined by the love we give, but by the love we demand in return. So to all those who thought they could play us, who thought they could take advantage of our kindness, who thought we'd stay down forever, you were wrong. They thought they could trap us and dim our light. Yeah, nice try. They wanted us to be patient. They wanted us to wait for our turn. But the truth is, we never needed their approval. We never ever needed their validation. We were always destined for something greater than their manipulation could ever provide. So, once again, kind people don't finish last. They rise, they learn, and when the time is right, we break free and take everything we deserve with us. We leave you behind in the damn dust. So, guys, please protect your beautiful heart and stay safe out there. Remember, it's okay to be painted as a villain as long as we know in our spirit that we are a true hero in our own story. Now go back into the world with your chest up and your head held high. Okay?